Welcome back to Bruins Game Reactions. Boston Bruins lose 5-4 in overtime at the hands of the Toronto Maple Leafs. You knew it was going to be a big game. It was a huge game for Boston. Needed 2 points. Everyone around them got 2 points. Or at the very least, everyone got 1 point, I'm pretty sure. This game meant something. And you knew it was going to be good. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite get it done. David Pastrnak shocks the Leafs again. 3 points, 2 goals and an assist. Brad Marchand, another 2 points. Morgan Riley had 4 points in this one. Mitch Marner's average points went down against Boston this season. He had 10 in 3 games heading into this one, and he had 12 leaving it. I don't know. For not having your 2 best defensemen, the Bruins played hard. They really did. Maybe they would have won without them, or maybe they would have won with them. Maybe bad things happen and you lose with them. In regulation, maybe that happens. Chris Tanev went down early in this one. I mentioned that a little later on. He did not return, and William Nylander also went down with an injury. It seemed late in the third period. He remained on the bench, did not come out for OT. That's kind of it for, the pregame. So, let's get right into the first period. End of the first period, Boston is up 2-0. Very nearly could have been 3-0, maybe 4. Oh boy, this has been a very good game right out of the gate. Starting off from the opening draw, puck goes into the defensive zone for Boston. Mason Lohrei corrals it. David Pastrnak already hauling up ice. Mason Lohrei with a beautiful pass to him, feeds Pastrnak on the breakaway, comes in, scores on Anthony Stolarz, 30 seconds in, Boston up 1-0. Boy, I don't see how this guy isn't the MVP. He is doing the most for this team. He's got 2 points in this one already. He's got a goal and an assist. He's factored in on both goals. You're going to look at the plus-minus and you're going to say, oh, well, he's a negative. The highest plus-minus player on this team is somehow Nikita Zadorov, and I think he's only a +9. And if I'm being honest, I don't think Pastrnak is much below a 0. I don't know what his exact numbers are. I know he's a minus. He might be a plus after that goal. Boy, this man's on fire. And few minutes later, he's able to get another point and get an assist off of a weird bounce off of Anthony Stolarz. Kind of bounces right out to Brad Marchand, bangs it in, and that makes it 2-0 Boston. Anthony Stolarz has had to come up big. The Leafs defenseman, down to 5. Chris Tanev has gone down the tunnel. Might return to this game. Unsure if he will. Anthony Stolarz has had to come up big in this one. So is Swayman, honestly. Both teams have had at least one opportunity on the power play. Boston has had 2. This is going to be a game. I've only seen the first period. This is going to be an amazing game. Not just because Boston's up 1-0 or 2-0 rather. Morgan Geekie had a chance at the dying seconds of the period. Almost got one, just couldn't quite corral it. Charlie Coyle had a chance as well. Kind of everyone in the top 6 had a chance, really, at some point or another for Boston. Both teams had their chances on the power play. Both teams had their chances shorthanded. And, we're in for a great game for the rest of this one. Hopefully it keeps up this way. Boston is up 2-0. at the end of one, so we will be back after the second period. Coming out of the second period, the Leafs seem to have had a bit more energy than what they did after heading into the first. But oh baby, did they show it by racking up the penalty minutes. They currently have 6 penalties to Boston's 4. So obviously, always going to be a high penalty game. 2 of Boston's 4 power plays have been cut short for 4-on-4s. Sorry, 2 of Boston's 6 power plays have been cut short to 4-on-4s. But they were able to make quick work of one of them. 7 seconds after Morgan Rielly goes... I think it was Morgan Rielly. Goes to the box. Morgan Geekie gets an amazing feed from Elias Lindholm. Great touches on the puck from everyone here. You had Lindholm winning the draw, immediately down to the bumper. Immediately to the net. Marchand to the bumper. Pastrnak playing as the second defender. Mason Lohrei has it over to Pastrnak. Pastrnak down to Marchand in the bumper. Marchand passes it back off to Elias Lindholm. Lindholm to Morgan Geekie, rips it home, and Boston goes up by 3. Arguably, could have been 4, could have been 5, maybe could have been 6. Brad Marchand rips it off the post at the end of the period. Man, I mean, this game, this has a chance to be the biggest scoring game of the year. If a couple more of these plays go right. But yeah, obviously it's a 3-0 Boston lead. They can hold on to it. That's a lie. They can't. It's Morgan Rielly. Gets his 3rd goal against Boston this season of his 7. That's not a great percentage for Boston. You've had 3 of someone's 7 goals scored against you. It's not great. They've played well, though. They had the one little relapse with the Morgan Rielly incident. Overall, man, Swayman's look good. The whole team's looked good. That 4th line is the only thing keeping this game in check, in my opinion. The Leafs are just trying to get the Bruins to go at anything, and Boston's not biting. They're showing it on not only on the ice but on the score sheet as well. Boston is over 60% in the face-off dot tonight, and they've held the Leafs to 14 shots against. 14 shots for while giving them 26 shots against. This has been a heck of a game for Boston, and it's games like this that make you think maybe, just maybe, there might be something there with this team. Again, though, it's home ice. If this is in Toronto, on the road, that might be a different story. I might be losing my mind celebrating. Game's not over, though. Still got 20 minutes. Your first 20 in this game were arguably your best 20 of the entire season. Second 20, shaky. It was shaky. That's also the Leafs' best period of the 3. But now you head into your worst period. You got 2 goals. Try to get a third. You have 3 goals, a 2-goal lead. Try to get a third. Extend that lead and then hold on to it for the rest of the game. That's going to do it for the second intermission. We will be back at the end of the game. Third period comes to an end. The Leafs and Bruins are tied in very typical Bruins fashion, blowing a multi-goal lead about midway through a period and then securely blowing it within the final 3 minutes. Within the final minute. Sorry, I should say. So, 4-4, heading into OT. It was 3-3. Pastrnak scored to make it 4-3. Pontus Holmberg, scores to make it 4-4. Man, I mean, this is just ridiculous. I called both of these. I called the Pontus Holmberg game-tying goal. Not the player, but I called the Leafs scoring the goal. And I called the Leafs winning it in the final 2 minutes of OT. I don't know, man. David Pastrnak ends up with 3 points on the night. I believe that now puts his pace at over 100. If not, it's got to be right there. Yeah, I'll put the pace that he's on right here. Man, I mean, shout out to Morgan Rielly, honestly. 4 points in this one, 1 goal, 3 assists. Mitch Marner ends the season series with an average of 3 points a game. He had 2 in this one, so his average went down. That's just wonderful. I don't know what it is. Swayman didn't look great. He did not look bad. The Leafs were very much able to capitalize on their chances, unfortunately. And that's unfortunately how good teams win hockey games. I mean, the Leafs are a good team, that's a fact. Boston is always going to play them hard. They're always going to play Boston hard, no matter who's good, who's bad. That's how it's going to be. This one came down to the wire. Lohrei, Marchand, and it was either Lindholm or Pastrnak were on the ice at the end of the game. Man, I don't know who to blame that on. I really don't, unfortunately. I mean, Lohrei just drove the net hard, which is something that you want to see from a young guy like that. You want him to have a bit of confidence with the puck. Marchand's there. Unfortunately, all 3 Bruins are kind of right there. Whoever the 3rd Bruin is, I never saw who it was, unfortunately. Gets taken down, and that allows a 2-on-1. Thankfully, Mason Lohrei is able to get back in time. Mitch Marner just turns and burns him, unfortunately. And, yeah, spreads Swayman out too far and tucks it home. Yeah. This one sucks a lot. Yeah. I don't know what else there is to say about this, really. I mean, I called it. It was a hell of a game to watch. I enjoyed watching it. I'm losing my voice a little bit. Just didn't get it done, unfortunately. I don't know. It sucks. It really does. But they've got so many stars that are current stars and are going to be future stars. Matthew Nyes is insane and will be insane for his career. You can count that right now. Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, William Nylander, John Tavares to a lesser extent. Man, Anthony Stolarz has been so good for the Leafs this year. You want to talk about a guy who stole one tonight. Anthony Stolarz and his hosts stole one for the Leafs tonight. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. Click like if you liked. Click subscribe if you enjoyed. And yeah, next game is Thursday at home I believe, at home again against the New York Islanders. We'll see you next time.